This is Tagaytay Philippines. In this Philippines food vlog, we're going to discover the best food spots in this bucket list destination. Is Tagaytay the most beautiful food destination in the Philippines? After this trip, we're convinced it might be. Up in the cool hills overlooking Taal Volcano, this town does two things brilliantly: incredible food and views to match. From a bowl of Bulalo at the local market to fine dining looking straight over the lake, we made it our mission to find Tagaytay's best. This is our Tagaytay Food Tour, and it might literally be the coolest food destination in the Philippines. This is Mahogany Beef Market and Bulalohan. So it's the beating heart of Tagaytay in terms of food. So you can get all your fresh meat here. There are a whole row of meat stores just with the meat just hanging off the rack. Then upstairs, there's a range of Bulalohan restaurants. You can get your local beef bulalo right up here, and it's some of the best value and freshest tasting bulalo in Tagaytay. Outside of the market, we discovered a hidden gem with one of the best bulalos in town.
We're at Moana at Jose, Bulalohan at Tagaytay, and we're going to have a regional specialty that is specific to South Luzon, particularly Batangas and Cavite provinces. So this is Bulalo. It's a beef stew, and it also comes with vegetables. So I can see some corn in here, I can see some cabbage. These little dumplings or like little fatty bits? I don't know, but yeah, maybe that's some beef fat in there. And it comes served with rice. We've been told to get some fish sauce, some calamansi and some chili, and kind of mix it in when you're eating the soup with rice. So hopefully I've understood that correctly. I'm just gonna try a bit of the beef first. Oh my goodness. That is so tender, and it's quite flavorful, so it must be slow cooked for quite a while. So I'm just gonna get a little bit of that calamansi, a bit of that, try that all together. Maybe I'll try it on its own. That was a big hit of fish sauce, quite salty. Ooh. So the bulalo comes in a clear broth, and that broth is quite nice and salty, quite savory, a little bit oily as well. And then it often comes with some bone marrow. Now I had to dig around here. I couldn't see any bone marrow in this. I couldn't see any bone marrow in this one, but it's got some tender bits of beef shank. So yeah, really nice meat, really nice vegetables, all in a clear soup. This is a serving size for 2 people. It's a pretty decent serving size, and it was only 300 pesos. We also decided to up our vegetable intake with some Pinakbet, which is a vegetarian dish that's very popular in the Philippines.
For lunch today, we're at Samantha's Bulalo and Seafood Special restaurant. So they're on the side of the main road, but overlooking Taal Volcano and the lake. So some really amazing views and some also amazing food. So we've gone with some of their seafood. So this is pampano escabeche. So it's a fried fish, and I believe that's a sweet and sour sauce. This looks so tasty. We've got a side of rice as well. Okay, let's get into this fish. Oh, look at this. Oh, I like how they've chopped it up a little bit so I can just pick apart a piece. So this was 395 peso. I think that's pretty good value for a fish of this size. Yeah, so that's definitely a sweet and sour sauce, and it goes so well with the fish. The fish itself is nice and crispy on the outside, and it's got quite a fresh taste to it. You know, it doesn't taste overly fishy, and oh, that sun's come out. It's quite bright. Yeah, it's a really good dish and great value for 395 peso.
One thing I wasn't expecting when coming to Tagaytay was just how many Starbucks there are. And they're in so many prime positions all overlooking the lake. So we're at Starbucks Downhill. It's a really beautiful position, gorgeous views, and some really delicious looking food and drinks. So we've got the triple mocha frappe, and we've also got a berry-licious cheesecake. They both look really decadent. This is the venti size, so yeah, very big. And I like that you can actually get them on real plates and cups as well, so that's pretty good. So let's tuck in. That is really decadent. You get a nice hit of chocolate, and then that's followed by a hit of the coffee. It's really nice and creamy. It's really thick as well. Lots of flavour in there. It's not watered down at all. Really beautiful. I don't usually go for cheesecakes for desserts, but this cheesecake really caught my eye. I really like the look of it, especially the berry on top. So it is definitely cheesy. It's got a nice creaminess to it, a really nice mouthfeel. And then that kind of jam on top, the berries really give a nice sweetness to it. So this Starbucks has an outdoor area which has beautiful views down over the lake and over Volcan Taal. And then we've also got the inside area, which is a bit more protected from the elements. So this is our second day in Tagaytay. And I am finding that the weather here is quite different to other parts of Luzon and the Philippines that we've been to. It's a lot colder. I'm actually wearing a singlet at the moment. And it has been quite windy here as well. So I don't know if that's typical to the area, but I have heard that it's a lot colder here. So sometimes it's nice to have a bit of an indoor experience while still enjoying the outdoor view.
For me, Tagaytay is all about great food with amazing scenery. So there are so many restaurants that sit over the ridge overlooking Taal Volcano, just like this one, Dreamworx Cafe. So you can find this a 10-minute walk downhill from the rotunda. And they've got classic Filipino cuisine, just like this pork sisig for 280 peso, as well as a beef pares with rice. That was 230 peso. I love these amazing views and the really chilled, laid-back atmosphere here with the cafe. I'm gonna try the beef pares first. So it's a soup with a lot of chunky meat bits in it. So that's a really hearty, meaty broth, so full of umami flavor. And the meat bits are actually really tender and even gelatinous. Now I'm going to try some of the sisig. Sisig is just great Filipino comfort food. I love the crispy pork bits as well as the gelatinous pork bits. And we've got it with egg, which is great. I just love the mix of textures with the pork sisig. So you've got that really crunchy, crispy part of the pork, and then you've got the gelatinous, gooey elements as well. All those mixtures of texture create quite a unique dish.
Alta is an upmarket restaurant in Tagaytay which has a relaxed atmosphere and sweeping views over the district. So they serve up a range of international as well as Filipino dishes and some fusion dishes as well. And we've started with one of their international dishes. So we've got Vietnamese rice paper rolls, and they look really fresh and vibrant, and they come with a couple of different sauces, a peanut sauce and what looks like a chili sauce. Yum. The veggies are really fresh with a nice bit of crunch, and they go really nicely with that peanut sauce. Well, our mains have arrived and they look amazing. So we've got the Alta signature ribs. They come in a savoury glaze and they've been slow cooked, and I am really delighted with this little cherry and pineapple on top. The presentation is just amazing. And we thought we'd also get some veggies. So we've got the butter vegetables and we've also got some garlic rice here. So this is quite a feast. Oh wow, that pork just falls right off the bone. Oh, that is fantastic. So the glaze has a nice bit of sweetness to it as well as savouriness. The pork is just so tender. Yeah, you really only need a fork and a spoon to eat it. And I'm interested to see how the cherries go with them. So I might just... Well, I love cherries, and it's a really interesting twist having that additional bit of sweetness to contrast with the savouriness of the meat. Alta isn't the cheapest restaurant in town. The pork ribs were $7.88 for the sharing size, and you can also get family sizes as well. But I think the prices are really well worth it because you've got this great atmosphere, you've got the views, and the food quality is just amazing.
Leslie's restaurant must have some of the best views in Tagaytay, and we've got prime position here. So just to my left, I can see Taal Volcano as well as the lake. It is such a cool view, and we're here at sunset. So make sure you come here just before sunset or for lunch or any time in the day really, because the views rock. Now, they serve Filipino cuisine, so Leslie's also have a cafe, and they've got some really nice looking drinks as well as some tasty looking waffles and churros. So we're here for dinner tonight, so we've got some Filipino specials. The food came out with some complimentary soup, so that's pretty cool. I'll try that first. So we've ordered a lang con lechon, so it's a vegetable dish with some pork. So we have noticed in the Philippines, if you go for a veg dish, chances are there's going to be a bit of pork in there. No complaints. So I'm just going to try some soup first. Oh, it looks quite viscous. So I've got no idea what this soup is. So I'm going to find out right now. So that's a beef broth, so really nice strong beef flavour there, salty and savoury. So lang is something that I haven't tried before. So it's dried taro leaves mixed in with chili, ginger, garlic, coconut milk, as well as shrimp paste or bagoong. I think that's how you say it. So it's going to be quite interesting to try. So I do like this. There's some crispy lechon on top, but I will try the bagoong. And it looks like there's coconut milk drizzled over for effect as well. That looks quite nice. The lang has quite a strong and distinct flavour. So it reminds me of Greek dolmades, and also a similar texture to an Indian saag curry. So you can taste the ginger and the garlic in there. And there is supposed to be chilies in here, but I can't get too much of that flavour or that heat sensation. So it's pretty mild. That said, it's really tasty and a great dose of veggies. This is Rosario Pamanang Panlasa. It's one of the most prestigious restaurants in Tagaytay. Now, I've got to give Ian, my mate, back in Australia, a big thanks for this recommendation. This is a pretty awesome restaurant. It's fine dining Filipino cuisine, and it has an amazing view out to Taal Volcano and the Taal Lake. So we've got a couple of really nice looking dishes here. So this is a quesong caldereta. So it's a beef dish marinated at tomato-based sauce and spices. Now we also have some banana blossom, and I believe there's some shrimp in here as well. So this is a vegetarian dish with shrimp. And then we also have a lupiang ubod. So that also looks very tasty. So what am I going to go for first? Let's try the caldereta. So I can see some chunks of cheese in here. There's olives. And it just smells amazing. So I'm just going to put some on my plate, and I can see some potato there. I think that's carrot. There's also some capsicum too, or bell peppers. Okay, let's try this beef. That beef is just so tender. Oh, so tasty. And the sauce is amazing as well. So I think there's ginger and garlic in there, and there is a little bit of chili, and that heat just slowly creeps up on you. Oh, this is such a delicious dish. I'm really curious about this banana blossom dish. So let's have a look through here. I don't think I've ever tried banana blossom before. So I can see some shrimp here, and it's just a mix of things. So I believe that could be some fried garlic on top as well. And I can see some bihun noodles as well. The banana blossom's got a really interesting texture. It's quite meaty, and it reminds me a little bit of cooked jackfruit. So, and you can definitely taste that garlic in there. It's very garlicky. I'm going to try the lupiang now. I'm just going to use my hands. Oh, and there's a peanut sauce here. Yum. Just dip it all in. So this is a really refreshing dish. The inside is actually coconut palm. So it's quite soft and tender, and it has a very neutral taste, but the peanut sauce really gives it a bit of sweetness and a bit of nuttiness as well. And I really like the casing on the outside. It's like a really fine crepe, which holds together pretty well. Rosario's is a premium dining experience, so expect to pay more than your average restaurant in Tagaytay. That said, if you are looking for something really special with great Filipino cuisine, don't look past Rosario's. We paid a visit to Amira's Buco Tart house in Tagaytay, and we've got their signature Buco tarts right here. Look like this. So we got this 9-pack for 280 peso. I believe Buco is coconut. Not 100% sure, but I'm going to find out very shortly. There were so many amazing desserts to choose from at Amira's Buco Tart house. So it was pretty easy for us just to choose their signature dessert. So let's see how this goes. So the outer layer of the tart is quite crumbly, so you can see the top of it there. It's also quite sweet, the outer casing. So the inner filling of the Buco tart is actually quite surprising. It's quite gelatinous in texture, and when you bite into it, you can see flakes of coconut, or you can see flakes of the Buco in there as well. So a really interesting and very Moorish dessert.
We've really enjoyed visiting Tagaytay, Philippines. This is such a beautiful spot. It's got a nice cool climate, lots of wonderful food and many attractions, and the views are just incredible. So we hope you enjoyed our Philippines travel vlog about Tagaytay, Philippines. If you did, be sure to hit that like button and leave us a comment. And we've got plenty more food and travel videos from Philippines as well as around the world. So if you want to follow us on our adventures, be sure to subscribe. We are Bucket List Travellers.
See you next time.